So, when I was in 10th grade, I did my first ever cold approach. If you don't know what cold approach is, it's basically like going up to a girl, like spitting some games, spitting some bars, trying to communicate your interest. And when I did my first ever cold approach, holy shit, it was cringy as fuck. And you can absolutely just tell that the girl was disgusted by me. So here's how it went down, right? I saw this girl, she was cute, she was beautiful, she was at the front of the school gate, and I was like at the side of it, and I was walking down trying to like get into the school premises. I saw her, I went ahead, convinced myself that, alright, okay, let's go do some cold approaching. I went up to her, and the first thing that I said, excuse me. I cannot make that up. I cannot make that shit up. I struggled to put words out of my fucking mouth. I struggled to say something. Like, you know what my main like thing was? Like, you know what I wanted to say was, I wanted to say she was cute. I wanted to say like, oh, I find you attractive. But the biggest fucking fumble that I've ever had was that I went ahead, I went up to her, and I just spat out gibberish. Excuse me. Oh god, did that like memory haunt me. Here's another story. I remember when I was going to college, when the teacher was like fucking giving out recitations, and I was like being as competitive as ever. I raised my hand up, and then the teacher was like asking for my opinion. And once like the recitation was done, like once I had already given my answer, like the teacher was like trying to give up a back and forth conversation with me, trying to ask me my opinion on how I came up with that answer. And I don't remember exactly what I said, but I remember the autistic shit that I did. Because like, I just blurted out whatever was in the moment, right? And let's just say I said like, for example, like, this is my answer, right? Answer. Bop 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 bop. Just think of me saying la 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 answer as me giving out my answer. But the rest was my own fucking like stupid autistic shit, right? So I give out my answer, and then I said la la la. I remember now. I said my autistic ass answer, and I did my autistic ass movement, and I said 1, 2, 3. Holy fuck! I cringed the fuck out of that, dude. I said, where did that come from? Oh my god, why did I say that? Oh my god, why did I do this? Oh, they're gonna think I'm weird. God fucking damn it. Like, those thoughts were like ruminating inside of my mind. Those thoughts were like fucking like stacking up against each other. And I was like, I was overthinking it basically. And here's another story. I remember when I was in scouting, right? When I was like in the Boy Scouts here in my country in the Philippines. And I was in a line next to one of the crew leaders. Crew leaders is basically like this lower ranking leader from the higher ranking senior crew leader, which we were basically assigned to our own troops, to our own patrols, and we were the ones in charge of those patrols, and the senior crew leader was the one in charge of us crew leaders. Now, I did like some autistic shit because I remember like fucking smacking the head. Like, you already know where that story goes, right? I remember smacking the head of like a couple of our members, right? A couple of our members, like just jokingly, just funnily, like trying to like fucking make some banter out of it, or like trying to be funny over it. Just overall trying to like do the Russell from Up type of shit. And I remember instinctively, I went up to him when he was saying and doing some dumb shit. I smacked him on the head. It wasn't a hard smack, but I smacked him on the head like that. And I was like, holy shit, why did I do that? Hold on. What the fuck? Why did I do that? That's so wrong. Like, what? And then he went up to me. He said, hey, excuse me. Why did you do that? Why did you smack me on the head? I'm going to report you to our leader. I'm going to tell him to punish you. Like, why the fuck did you do that? And all the more reason for him, right? All the more reason for him to do that. But god damn it, dude, did that shit ruminate. That, like, I was in 11th grade when that happened, and I was like, oh my god, why did I do that? Why did I do that? Oh god, I'm so fucking autistic. What was that? And a bunch more of shits like these that I did, like embarrassing fucking shits that I did, that would ruminate inside of my head, that would make me overthink. And so, because of that, I decided to solve that issue. I decided to solve that problem because honestly, it wasn't serving me and it was making me depressed. It was making me start to hate myself. It was making me like randomly cringe out of nowhere, where when that memory would occur, I would like start to sing really high pitch, like ah, or I would fucking cringe every time, like do some random ass movements of like me fucking cringing, like I felt the physical hurt, and it wasn't healthy for me. It wasn't like helping me in any way. It was honestly fucking me over. So in this video, I'm going to teach you what I did to help me stop these ruminating thoughts. Okay, so the first step that you need to do is you need to start meditating. For guys like us who are honestly probably chronic fucking overthinkers, who tend to obsessively obsess on the things that we think about. Like, sometimes we won't think it through, but then we'll think it like really fucking profound, right? Like, for guys like us, we need a way to quell our mind, to calm ourselves down, to lessen the amount of thoughts that we think. So what I found that helped me the most was meditation. I started to meditate. So the process of meditation is basically all about sitting down somewhere and focusing on the breath. Breathing in and breathing out. So with meditation, to start doing the process of meditation, like to actually like start meditating, first you need to understand what goes through meditation, like what step by step is meditation. So when you start meditating, before everything else, I want you to go ahead and download an app called Medito, Medito. And Medito is basically a platform, a free platform where it has like full-on guided meditation. Guided meditation is basically a guide will walk you through the few minutes that you're going to meditate. And guided meditation is like one of the best fucking ways to start meditating. So I recommend that you go ahead, you download the Medito app, and you start meditating there. Next is when you start meditating, you have to start with 1 minute of meditation. 1 minute of meditation is the easiest start to meditating. Not to mention, if you're someone who honestly is struggling to like keep focus with the things that you are trying to fucking focus on, then I highly recommend that you start off with 1 minute of meditation. So with that out of the way, let's continue with the step-by-step process of meditation. So when you're going to meditate, let's say you already have the timer set in place for 1 minute. You sit down somewhere in an upright but relaxed position. If you have like a fucking, what is this called? Like something to lean on, something to like lean your body towards, go ahead, go do that. we want to keep ourselves upright but relaxed at the same time. So once you find that position, I want you to go ahead, like go fucking rest your arms somewhere. If you find it comfortable to like do something like this, then go ahead and do that. But rest your arms somewhere to where you're comfortable as well. And then you start with focusing on a single point. Focusing on a single point is focusing on one specific aspect of your body. So for me, I focus on the breath. I focus on the inhale and the exhale that goes through my nose and out of it. Obviously, you can go ahead, you can focus on the tip of your finger, you can focus on the fucking pumping of your chest, like the fucking, what's it called? The up and down motion of your chest. You can also focus on the feeling of leaning down on your chair. Just make sure that you're only focusing on one thing. Like you can focus on the breeze that's coming from that direction. Just make sure to focus only on that one thing. Like don't deviate away from anything else. Just focus on that one specific point of focus. So you sit down, you focus on the breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now, what most people get wrong when they start meditating is that they think meditation is somehow, some way, a straight, fine line process where you just focus on the breath and that's all that's going to happen when you start meditation and when you end off meditation. And I'm here to tell you, when you start off meditation, there are going to be moments when your focus deviates away from that one focal point, from that one focus point. Like when you start to breathe in and out. For a couple seconds, sure, you have your focus. For a couple seconds, you're focusing on that one focus point. But after some time, after a couple seconds, your thoughts will start to deviate away from that main focus point. Your thoughts will start to randomly fly off into the clouds, into different forms of thinking, into different, like just different thoughts will arise. That's a deviation away from your main goal of trying to focus on that one focus point. And I'm here to tell you that that deviation is actually a part of meditation. When your focus drifts away from your focus point, from breathing in and out, that is a part of meditation. The next part of meditation, and the next step of meditation, is when you notice that you've lost focus. You notice that you've lost focus, and then the next step is you bring in that focus back into that one focus point, which is for me, breathing in and out. And you go through that circular process again and again until eventually that timer hits. That timer runs out and it tells you to stop meditating. So let's go through that process again. You sit down, you lean somewhere comfortable, you put your hands somewhere comfortable, and then you start to focus on one specific point. Now once you have gone through this process, or once you're going through this process, eventually, after a couple seconds, your thoughts will start to drift away. Your focus will start to drift away, deviate away, and then your head is suddenly in the clouds. You are suddenly thinking of a bunch of different thoughts now. That is when you notice that your thoughts have drifted away. You notice that your focus has drifted away. And then the next step is you pull yourself back into focus. Pull yourself back into that one focus point, back into the breath, and then you inhale and exhale once more. That is the process of meditation. That is how meditation actually goes. So for the first week, you started off with 1 minute of meditation. This is how you scale it up, by the way. For For the first week, you started off with 1 minute of meditation. And once those 7 days are done, next week, you do 2 minutes of meditation. The next week, you do 3 minutes of meditation. The next week, you do 5 minutes of meditation. The next week, you do 6 minutes. Next week, you do 7 minutes. The next week, you do 10 minutes of meditation. Until eventually, you reach that golden zone of 10 minutes of meditation. Like, 10 minutes of meditation is enough to get you through being able to have like just a calm and almost satiated mind. So the next step to this entire process is once you have started the habit of meditation, and remember, you don't stop meditating. Meditating is actually the fucking backbone for helping you stop these ruminating thoughts that are honestly fucking killing you. We don't stop meditation. We start this habit and we do this for life. And honestly, it's not really that much of a commitment. It's like fucking 10 minutes at most. Moving on with the lesson. When these thoughts arise, with meditation as your backbone, it will lessen the amount of thoughts that appear inside of your head. It will lessen the amount of rumination that happens. But it will still happen. These thoughts will still arise. Now, what I do is, first of all, I don't overreact. I don't overreact because I don't know about you, but I was the type of person, whenever I would have these thoughts, I would fucking cringe at myself. Like, I would fucking, like, do these. I would, like, fucking, oh my god. I would, like, have moments where I would cringe at myself. Like, I do a high-pitched voice. I, like, laugh absurdly high. Like, oh my god, oh my god. And that honestly made it worse for me. Like, that, like, me cringing at it honestly made the entire thing worse for me because my body then associated that action as a sign, like a signal to like repeat these thoughts again, like ruminate over these thoughts again. So you need to stop overreacting. Stay calm. When these thoughts arise, breathe in and out. When these thoughts arise, you breathe in and out. You breathe in and out. This breathing technique that we acquired from meditation is what will help calm and quell our mind. It is what will help us to calm ourselves down. What I've noticed when I breathe in and out is that the severity of what I was feeling gets lessened. It gets reduced a pretty substantial amount and helps me to understand what's going on. It helps to understand like, these thoughts are appearing again. Like, okay. You notice these thoughts. You notice these ruminating thoughts, these negative thoughts. Now, once you've relaxed yourself, once you've calmed yourself down, you then focus on what is in front of you. You then focus on what you're doing right now or what you're going to do. Because I found that when I put myself back into the moment, like into the present moment, and I, instead of giving any power, because when you notice these thoughts and when you allow yourself to think these thoughts, you're giving power to those thoughts. What I recommend is that when you notice these thoughts, you breathe in and out, and then you put your attention back into the present moment. The present moment where you then try to focus on the things that you need to do for that day. Now what this does is it helps to destroy, it helps to eliminate that, like, those thoughts, and helps to focus your attention back into like what truly matters. When you focus yourself on your tasks, when you focus yourself on a schedule, a timetable on what you need to do, I found that eliminates those ruminating thoughts, eliminates those negative thoughts, and it helps me to just keep going, to keep at it with utmost productivity on the things that I need to do. It eliminates those thoughts and it helps me focus. This is my process for removing ruminating thoughts. I use meditation as my backbone, and then I go ahead when these ruminating thoughts appear. I don't overreact. I breathe in and out. I notice these negative thoughts. I notice these ruminating thoughts, and I focus myself into the present moment. I focus myself on trying to figure out what I need to do, trying to figure out like what next in my agenda, what next in the things that I had set out for today. That is how I removed ruminating from my life. If you found this video helpful in any way, then you might want to check out the top link in the description. I have a consistency community where lessons like these, I'll basically teach you everything that I've learned for the past 5 years of struggling, learning, and reiterating, just like trying to understand like what lessons would actually help me, and failing hundreds and hundreds of times. Just all of those all of those lessons, that amalgamation of mental lessons, mindset shifts, as well as applications like making a timetable, making a goal that you actually stick to, as well as personal coaching from me on whatever specific problem that you have. So go check out the top link in the description. See you in the video. Leave a like, comment down below what you think, subscribe so that you are notified for when I make these videos. These videos I make for free. Also, when you comment, more of my videos get pushed out to more people, so that helps me out a lot. It helps me to like help out more people as well. See you in the video. Keep moving forward, no matter how hopeless it seems. Bye bye.